This is Ross Marquand, and you're listening to Best Threesome Ever.
Welcome to Best Threesome Ever, a podcast discussing all things revolving around nerdy pop culture. It's probably not what you were expecting, but it's just as fun. Now, here are your hosts, Nick, Megan, and Kevin.
Aggressive encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to get that recorded so I can remember what I could title this episode. All right, here we go. Best Threesome Ever, episode 177, brought to you by Jaybird Wines. I'm Nick.
I'm Megan.
Kevin.
Hey, we have a new intro with
Yeah.
Megan's name in it.
My name's in it.
Yeah.
I'm official.
You are official.
Here to
Official.
stay.
You are here to
You're
stay.
going to have to pry my ass out of this chair with a crowbar. I don't know why I said it like that.
And it is a bountiful booty, too.
There's a lot to it. It's going to take a while.
Good luck.
Hope you don't have plans.
Or if you do, I hope those plans are my
Flexible.
booty.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we
Thanks, Amanda, for doing that.
Yeah, Amanda, who was in Seattle when she fucking did it. It was good times.
Love it.
Of course, as always, she sent me like multiple ones. I had to piece together
Naturally, yeah.
ones I
Mhm.
liked and then put it all together. It's a little bit better, a little different, change it up a little bit.
Switch it up.
And then I couldn't find the music again.
Womp.
Bad producer. And then I realized it was on one of my
Your
one of my
various-
flash drives
Various
somewhere. It was
pile of flash drives.
Same.
fucking.
That's fucking.
Because you can't like label, like discs. You could label like these are like hard to label, and if you write on them, they smear off, and even with Sharpie. So
There's a.
fuck my life, I guess.
I saw a video that was. I don't know if they were arguing the point that we should start, or there was like a company that's making like multiple terabyte discs, like compact, like CDs basically, but they're multiple terabytes instead of like drives
Interesting.
because they're. I don't know. It was a whole thing. I'm like, they made some interesting points, and I was like, huh, okay. Oh, it was also to replace like giant servers that take up a shitload of air conditioning.
Oh, yeah.
And
Those are one of the worst things for environments. those
Yeah.
Goddamn things.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
because they're easy to store, easy to maintain. When you need the stuff, you just plug it in and you shove it into the hole and.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I do miss making like burn CDs.
Oh my god, I made so many.
And I made some bangers too.
I made
Man,
some
my mixes
really
were
weird
tight.
mixes.
I made some good mixes, and like I had to title them. So like I had a whole day of the week mix. Not necessarily that I'd have to listen to it on that day, but they were just like the Monday mix, the Tuesday mix, just because they're instead of mix 1, mix 2.
Yeah.
And then I made a mix called "Driving While Holding Your Cock."
Classic.
Have you ever done it? It's comfortable. It's relaxing.
I haven't.
Well, probably not, but
Not holding my cock.
so I made a couple of those. And it's like mix "Driving While Holding Your Cock 1," "Driving While Holding Your Cock 2." They're good mixes. I don't even know what I did with those CDs. I wish I could find them. But of course you can't. I still have the program, not the program, but I still have the mixes on whatever it is I made them on. Probably Snaps.
Windows Media Player.
Well, I don't know what it was, but yeah, but it won't. You can't open them anymore because I don't even know what was on them, but I know they were good. Probably a lot of Limp Bizkit on one of them for sure.
Nice.
Well, it was the 90s.
It was the 90s.
Yeah, I was. I only like their one album. Is that bad? Is it bad just like one album of a band?
No.
No,
There are
that's-
many bands who only have like one good album.
Yeah.
That's okay. Evanescence.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. Were you by the one that has all the good songs on it, and the only good songs on it are the ones that are played on the radio, and the rest
Yeah.
are like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Linkin Park.
There's a couple Aerosmith ones.
There's more than a couple Aerosmith ones.
Hey, easy now. He's got a.
They're fine. I just don't like none of their new stuff is good to me.
No,
None of
no.
it. I
I don't like the new
I-
stuff either.
I pretty much only like the Aerosmith like pre-drug voice.
I like Aerosmith up until like the Jaded album, and Honking on Bobo is about the last one I bought.
Is honking on Bobo a euphemism for?
It sounds like
Like my big 10-inch.
Oh, I just assume like honk a honk,
Probably, but it
squeezing some titty.
they mean harmonica, but
Oh,
um,
I'm still gonna say that to say it later.
it sounds
although there is a I
that.
believe it's on Netflix. There's like a Steven Tyler documentary. Because he's kind of in this country phase now, I guess, and it's like him performing at some
Who isn't now?
right. It's like him performing at some place in Nashville, really famous little gig place, and with the new band. It's not with Aerosmith; it's just Steven Tyler and this backup band. And because Aerosmith is retiring, they're doing their final tour.
And they said that a couple of times.
They have, but this one's, I think,
Rolling Stones.
really. I think this one's really the final tour because Joe Perry and Steven Tyler can't stand each other. And I'm going to go see them in January, to be honest.
Nice.
Anyways, but he talks about a lot of his new thing and music, and I've always thought Steven Tyler was like one of those musical geniuses that like can hear beats and like Michael Jackson and Prince, and can just do all this thing and really understands how music works and music flows. And so he talks a lot about some of the Aerosmith songs, and he's like, some of them are actually country songs, and they do crazy, and you're like, oh, this totally is a fucking country song.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it was just interesting to hear him talk about his life and about stuff and his music and how music is, kept him going. And the reason why he did like The Voice was he wanted to find the next Janis Joplin. He felt a lot of those shows were too fucking, find the same voice over and over and over again and too cookie cutter. And he was like, I want to find the next Janis Joplin, because where did you find those people? In bars. Or you found them, in these little back alley places, and you don't get those voices anymore, and they're not heard because everybody wants a certain sound. And he was hoping when he did The Voice, or no, America's Got Talent? No, not
American Idol.
American Idol. That was it. Sorry,
American
American Idol, not The Voice. I apologize. American Idol.
It's all the same fucking show.
It is. It's all Simon Cowell.
Yep.
So he was just like, that's why I'm here. I want to find that next. Rich,
Bluesy, rich.
just a good sound, not the fucking,
Not the next Taylor Swift.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't want that. So I don't know if he accomplished that really, but
I don't know. I
He
haven't
did.
watched American Idol since I was 15.
I only watched it because Steven Tyler was on it, and that was the only time I've ever watched it.
I don't really watch reality.
I don't
quote,
either.
Reality TV.
I don't
except
either.
for Love Is Blind, because that is my absolute garbage reality TV watch. It's so bad. And they're filming in Minneapolis now, so
Oh goodness.
next season I think is
John-
Minneapolis.
John Oliver's got on his last week tonight. He's hooked on this fucking what is it? It's like MILF country or something like that, and it's like
MILF Manor.
MILF Manor. That's what it is.
Oh,
He's
God.
totally all about it, and
He loves it.
I promise you, if you just follow along and listen to this very boring thing, I'll give you another
Give you another clip of MILF
MILF
Manor
Manor.
at the very end.
By the way, if you don't watch him, at least one thing you should watch, especially if you live in America, is his thing on Project 25.
Yeah.
Watch it, please.
It's
If you want to be an informed voter, I don't care which way you swing, watch it. That's the only political commentary we want.
At least since Rob left.
That's true.
I was always more than happy to join him in political discourse, but he was often the one to start it. So
I mean, I could, but I don't want to because I want to maintain my mental health.
yeah, just know we stand very firmly against Project 2025 and
very
everything
firmly.
it represents and endangers for
Everybody.
Hold dear.
Yeah. But watch it. He does a very good job of explaining it.
He does.
And
He's so good.
he's
The writers on that show too. They're all so good.
phenomenal.
I love them all.
And you get to see clips of MILF Man.
And yeah, and his antics
I just
never
wanna-
cease
Right?
to assume, like
Oh.
to amuse, not just
It's fucking. He had the one with the
bear,
bear
the
cook,
bear cake.
bear cake with the face,
With
but he
the
was like, I want my
face.
face on it. And then he had a big, huge one made. And he's like, of course, I'm going to eat it the way that you're supposed to eat this.
Just
Ass first.
That entire story was very sweet. So.
oh yeah, no, I was
And
I can't
and
even.
I bet you that place got so much more business.
Oh yeah.
From what
They
they
probably made
said
it.
that the John Oliver cake sold out and
Like
immediately.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Good for them.
and they are donating a bunch of the money for
Yeah.
it. That's
Yeah.
great.
It is great, and it's like a little mom and pop shop too,
Yep.
which is even better. And I love it when small little things do that and
Yeah.
are successful in a major market. And I think John Oliver is very supportive of a lot of that. So good on him. Thank you, John Oliver, for being so awesome. So anyway, speaking of watching stuff, what have you guys been watching?
Well, we watched the entirety of The Bear in like one go.
Yeah.
I watched most of the season. I had to stop after the I think like episode 7. It was the one where Natalie gave birth,
Yeah.
and I was just like, I need an emotional break. I'm gonna start crying because it's so intense and it's so good. I don't know what people are complaining about.
Well, so Sabra had an issue with the first episode and a half because the first episode was basically a
I
montage.
loved the
It's a
first
nonstop montage.
episode.
I did too.
Yeah,
She was
I
like,
understand
she's
why.
Like, I get it, but like, I want like this is a show that you're paying
Like,
a lot of money for, and
right.
these actors, I would like to see
What's
a show now, and I'm like, I'm loving it personally.
I know.
But then like the first like third of the second episode was also very
Yeah.
montage
Yep.
heavy. She's like, come on, where's the show?
Is this gonna be the whole season? No,
I loved it. I was.
I think it's one of my favorite episodes of TV. It's up there with the gay episode of
That was episode 3 of The Last of
yeah,
Us.
The
Yeah.
Last of
Yeah.
Us. It's just so. It's very cerebral.
It is, and it's
it explains a lot of Carmi's issues without like without
like coming out and saying it.
yeah, well, and without like beating you over the head with it.
hmm
For those that don't know, what is The Bear about?
It is about a fine dining chef whose brother Frank Castle, the Punisher,
John Bernthal, sit on my face.
had a cute little Italian beef sandwich place
In
in
Chicago.
Where's the beef?
Very Chicago.
But he succumbed to one of the most common causes of death for professional chefs, which is suicide.
Yep.
It was one thing they told us in culinary school.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
He's like, I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. This is what you're up against. You are up against high suicide rate. You're up against one of the highest professions besides probably Wall Street to have substance abuse issues.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Can understand that. You're working every weekend, working 90 hours, and
Yep.
He's like, you're up against conditions that
High
will
pace
that will
environment
test
and
you.
stress
And some of you will succumb to it. That is just a fact.
yeah.
And so they were very real with us about that. And so a lot of things on that show hurt
Yeah, I bet.
watching. And some things are inaccurate. Like nobody in that kitchen is doing lines of coke. Okay, come on.
I think with that, like, well, I think they put most of that on the brother. Like
Yeah.
he was the one doing the lines of coke, and now that he's dead,
It's true.
no more coke. Which not
But I was also very impressed with Little T's like origin story episode.
Yeah.
Very, very good episode.
I've-
Fuck an A.
like once I just figured it would be like the first couple minutes of the episode, but then it was the whole episode, and I think that was
But like
one of the reasons.
and
that
her and John Bernthal, what a
oh yeah,
just a great series of conversations they had.
Not Tina, right?
Yeah,
Tina.
they just call her T.
Yeah, T. There's some fantastic acting on this season
Yeah,
too.
she crushed it. And
Yeah,
fucking
in her episode.
the girl who looks like what's her face from Big Bang Theory, but isn't her and is a better actress than her.
Jeanette from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Natalie.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was great.
She was great.
Yes, her.
Jamie Lee Curtis in that episode. Like,
Oh God, fucking.
It's so Jamie Lee Curtis plays kind of the alcoholic, speculated she's bipolar,
Definitely
has some definite issues. And she's the only person that Natalie, her daughter, can get a hold of when she goes into labor, because her husband's out of town and everybody at the restaurant
is
busy doing the
running
restaurant.
a restaurant.
So it's this very intense. There's a lot of close-ups, like, and they just cut back and forth between these two women while they're kind of exploring their relationship. And
You feel very stressed out for everyone on
Yes.
behalf of everyone in the
Yes.
episode. You feel stressed out for the nurses. You feel
Yep.
stressed out for the doctor. You definitely feel stressed out for that poor woman just trying to have a goddamn baby.
but there's also like a really nice healing vibe, like a healing moment. And obviously that relationship is never going to be 100% copacetic because of the abuse that Jamie Lee Curtis inflicted on her children, or the character. I can't remember her name.
Like the actual, I don't remember.
The mom's name is like
Mom.
something.
It's mom.
Yeah, the mom. That this mom inflicted on her kids, and just like, because she talks about the birth of each of her kids over the course of the episode. So she talks about how, like, with her firstborn, with Mike, the brother who died, she had to walk to the hospital, and when she got inside, they were, I don't know, whatever stuff happened.
It's Donna.
Very Italian. And then
It's
with
Donna Berzato.
and with Carmi, the fine dining chef, who's one of the main character. I can't remember what happened there. Yeah, whatever. And then she talks about the birth of Natalie while Natalie is in labor, and I just thought that was a really touching moment. I had to, like, I had been watching it. I had binged like 4 or 5 episodes at that point. And I'm like, I need a break.
And I understand that. It was
a break.
Super rough episode.
I need a break, and I need to call my mom, and I need a hug. So, yeah, I just haven't gotten back to it. I'm still on my emotional break, but I'm really loving this season. Carmi needs to pull his head out of his ass.
And you do get a good amount of that towards the end.
Okay, good.
Especially because the restaurant he worked at, the fine dining one before.
Oh yeah,
it's like
Olivia Colman's restaurant.
Anyway, going back to the plot, his brother, after he kills himself, hands over the restaurant to, instead of their cousin, he hands it over to Carmi, who leaves his fine dining chef.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
Fuck. And so he takes over the Italian beef place. He runs it, but then they find some money, and with the help of his uncle Porthos, he turns the Italian beef place into a fine dining restaurant.
Which Porthos?
The best one, Oliver Platt.
Yeah, Oliver Platt.
Fair enough. I'll accept that answer.
He played a lawyer on some of the best episodes of The West Wing.
I used to say the second best after Gerard Depardieu, but now that we found out he's kind of a pedophile, I don't want to talk about him anymore.
Yeah, he's kind of rapey. Not Oliver Platt.
Not Oliver Platt. Oliver Platt's great.
Oliver Platt, be my dad.
Sit on my face.
No. Be my dad.
So he turns into a fine dining restaurant that is going for a Michelin star, which I have had opinions about that for 1,000 years, which his business partner, who he hires as his sous chef of the Italian beef place.
Godabiri,
yes.
is amazing.
She's incredible in everything she's in.
She directed a bunch of episodes this season.
She just shares opinions that are very close to mine, that it's stupid that a tire company that originally started the whole Michelin star thing to just be like, this is a great place for you and your family to go on a road trip.
On your road trip,
and suddenly it became like the best of the best. It drives me insane, and it's all
suck your dick at this place, and it costs $600 a plate.
Like
really
I said,
weird.
I have a lot of opinions, but so he changes the menu daily, which
is
his little sheet of
non-negotiables.
Really I got a little triggered.
And that scene when
So frustrating.
Well, whenever like he's there in the morning and then, you know, the sous chef comes in and he's like, these are non-negotiables. And like it's comedy. It's stressful, but it's comedy. And I love it. I've never worked in a restaurant. Aaron was a server at a bunch of places for many years. So I kind of on the periphery know a little bit about, you know, the restaurant world, but so I'm not as like triggered. But
Well, I was constantly
I
watching
bet.
the show, but I wasn't gonna get enough of it.
I
And it's
bet.
funny because I hate watching cooking shows.
Yeah,
I hate
you're
it.
not a cooking guy. You're a cooking show guy. You're a cooking guy.
Yeah, they drive me nuts. I will say I do like the British Kitchen Nightmares. I think I've talked about this.
With
'Cause,
Gordon Ramsay.
yeah, I like the British one because it doesn't do all the like dramatic stings and forcing your emotions on.
Yeah.
I hate it. Yeah, I don't really like cooking shows, but this show it's the
so
accuracy of it is nice.
It's so good. I just got sucked right in when I watched the first episode.
Oh, same, and it's
And Eben Moss Bacharach.
really excited for him to play the thing.
Yeah. I'm so excited. I'm excited to watch him in pretty much anything.
Yeah.
And like that character's transition from like kind of the shithead cousin who's trying to maintain the status quo at the beef place, and then this one episode happens and
changes him forever.
Changes him irrevocably forever. And apparently that episode is based off of a book called what's it called?
My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
No, that's a movie.
Oh. Mamma Mia.
It's like Aaron would know this because he read the book. And he's like, that's exactly what happens in the book. It's like something hospitality. So like over hospital something. I don't fucking know. Are you Googling it? Because I will Google it. Because it's bothering me to not know. Unreasonable hospitality.
I think I've seen it.
Or like something like that. Unreasonable hospitality. Yeah, unreasonable hospitality. They basically, the subtitle is The Remarkable Power of Giving People More Than They Expect. And I think one of the chapters is about like one of those Michelin star places in a major metropolitan area, probably New York, where when people would put in their reservations, they would check that person's Instagram and like kind of gauge what they, because like there was the example they use in The Bear is, you know, this table is only in Chicago for, you know, a couple days. They haven't had a chance to have deep dish pizza.
And so
he runs
gets one. And
to
then the chef turns it into this pretentious little thing that I would absolutely fucking eat, by the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It looked wonderful.
You look wonderful.
So that's
Thank you.
So in the book, I think they talk about like they find out that this party had never been sledding or something, so they bring them to this sledding hill after the meet or some shit like that. But like giving people more than they expect.
Yeah.
And kind of blowing their minds with it as a like surprise. So, yeah.
It's like The Menu if it was nice.
Oh God, yes.
Not murdery.
Yeah, I loved that movie.
Like The Menu, just less murder.
A lot less murder.
A lot less murder on the menu.
Not no murder, just less.
Less. Well, if
Fair
you
enough.
serve meat is murder.
Exactly.
I'm kidding. I love meat.
What are you watching, Nick? Game of Thrones?
The paint grind. No, yeah, watching House of Dragons.
I assume we're going to talk about Acolyte later.
I mean, I don't know how many episodes are left.
Isn't it?
Do we
Was it
want to
an-
wait until like the finale?
Is it an 8 episode?
Well, I do, without giving any spoilers away. In the latest episode, I was very, I was upset with the beginning of it because I felt like it was lazy writing because they're like, we're on a planet, we're searching for life, blah blah blah. I'm like, did you miss that big fucking thing with the lights on? Really, it's huge. So you don't think you try to start looking for life there by this big thing? The lights are still on a planet that's supposed to be lifeless. Okay, all right. The Jedi are dumb.
Yeah.
So that I just was absolutely just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, or just say you're
Come
looking
on,
for
guys.
the virgins. Don't. I mean,
For-
I felt it was that was the only part that I was angry at. I thought it was a pretty good episode, but there was a part I was angry at. I am watching. I'm also watching House of Dragons. Loving it. I can't fucking. Oh,
I
it's
haven't
getting good.
started it yet because Aaron was like, it was like right after Acolyte started that Bear came out and then House of the Dragon. And I'm like, I got to watch stuff without you. And it's either going to be House of the Dragon or The Bear. Which one do you want me to watch without you? He's like, The Bear. So I watched The Bear. And I've been waiting on watching House of the Dragon with him.
That was very nice of me. And of course, I'm watching.
Regretting it, I can tell.
What?
And regretting it, I can tell.
Yeah. Well,
Because you want to hurry the fuck up.
well,
What is
that
he doing?
and I'm on Tumblr and there's
Spoilies.
spoilies.
Yeah.
People are pretty good about hiding them, but there's like gift sets that happen. So I know a little bit about what happens, but I've been very intentionally avoiding spoilers.
And too many people were posting about and or complaining about the Tuesday's episode of Acolyte. So even though I was out of town this week, Saber and I watched it
I was gonna watch
together
it.
but separate.
I was gonna watch it when I got home from work today, but I took a nap instead because I was up too late last night. Because I'm old, apparently.
Well, they were complaining about it online.
Yeah.
They were.
mean,
They've
that's-
been complaining about every
Wow.
episode.
People who are going to complain about it are going to keep complaining about it no
Yeah.
matter how good it actually is.
Right.
It is actually pretty
Um,
good, even without Kymir's naked ass. I'm sorry, I can't get enough.
He also had different clothes when he got out of the water, by the way, because he was wearing all black, and then all of a sudden he's got a white shirt. I'm like, where did you get the white shirt from?
When they cut away, I think like he was like coming out of the water,
Mhm.
and I was
Yeah.
like, oh boy, and then they cut away. I actually like, I was like, ah!
They're not going to show butt. It's
I mean-
not Game of Thrones.
They did show butt.
They did not show butt.
Did they not?
They
No,
did
you
not
just
show butt.
imagine they did. Although they did have,
What?
in the most recent House of Dragons, they did have a big naked prince. I'm not going to say which one, but he was penis and everything. Free the pee.
Dick and balls.
Everything. Anyways,
Well,
watching-
I mean, as they were coming in, there was also a girl fellaciating.
oh yeah, totally.
Which I'm pretty sure that wiener was very fake.
It was very big.
It was huge.
Fucking horse cock.
Yikes.
I'm also watching a show on Paramount Plus. It's executive produced by Tyler Sheridan.
I mean, what
Not
shows
written
on Paramount Plus aren't these days?
Right. It's called Lawman Bass Reeves. It's about.
How is it? We've been scrolling by that one. We keep thinking we're gonna do it because, like,
Do you know who he is and his story?
yes.
Okay, it's very good.
Okay, good.
It's getting kind of weird right now, but
Explain.
so Lawman Bass Reeves was the first African American
Walker
U.S.
Texas.
Marshal in history in
Oh,
U.S.
okay.
history. He's a real guy.
Yeah.
Very real man who pretty much was a slave during the Civil War.
Yeah.
Pretty much kicked the shit out of his owner, who was a.
Slave owner.
I said Civil War, didn't I?
No, it wasn't that.
Oh.
It was for a brief second when you're describing it. And I'm so sorry. You
That's
went
okay.
like a little bit Trump.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He was this law man. He was a very real man. He existed. It was beautiful.
Black
He was
guy.
a beautiful black man.
I
Like,
apologize.
it went like a little Trump for a second. And it
I'm
was
sorry.
super funny to me. Okay, go.
So I'll try not to sound Trump, but he was a real person, and he grew up as a slave, freed himself because he beat the shit out of his slave owner, who was his old
Good.
major from the
Good.
Confederate Army, and ran away, separated from his wife, and then they reconnected, and
Aw.
but he spent a lot of time in the Cherokee Nation. He speaks 4 or 5 different Cherokee languages in real life, and it's the supposed inspiration for the Lone Ranger.
Oh, okay.
Because he was always seen traveling with a Native American
Yeah.
companion, and they kind of made an amalgamated character for this show. And he served as a lawman for like 50 years. He died in
Damn.
like 1913,
Damn.
and he made like 3,000 or 4,000 arrests and brought them all to justice. And so it's very good, and that includes arresting his own son. They haven't got to that yet in the show, but I'm sure they will. And he was also arrested once for killing a man, but there's some suspicion around it, and he got off because the judge that tried his case was a judge that also hired him as a U.S. Marshal. So, yeah, but it's good. It's got a lot of if you're into history and you're into like learning about a guy's life, it's very good. The acting's amazing. The cast is great.
Like I said, it's Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we're also. Are you watching
they don't
fucking
slouch.
Mayor Kingstown right now?
I'm not.
Oh God!
I know.
Oh, fuck me! Oh, it's so good, son of a bitch! The show goes fuck. Anyway, it's really good.
Mayor of Kingstown.
Oh my God! Fuck. Very good.
I can't wait to see your reaction to things. But yeah, it's. I was gonna say one thing, and you're gonna I want to see Kevin fucking flip a nut. Flip nut.
It's hard.
So yeah, that's what I've been watching, and obviously the other shows, keeping up with those, and then I've been working a shit ton recently, so I haven't been able to watch a lot.
It seems like it.
Oh fuck, dude, 16-hour shifts, 7.
Yikes.
Guess who still hasn't been paid?
Really?
Ooh.
Really?
You can contact a certain somebody. We'll talk off air about it.
Yeah.
And give him like your Venmo or something so he can pay you directly.
That's what he was supposed to do, but then there was another hiccup apparently. Cut this out.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. About that.
Color me annoyed. That's what my mood sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could hear it all the way here. Over here.
Yeah, Acolyte is good. It's very good. And I was talking to I recently did a Film in Minnesota Patreon podcast with Alan, and we were talking about that, and Tracy, his partner on that show, we were talking about it, and I said, do you think, and I kind of blew her mind, because she loves Acolyte, and I do too, and I go, I feel sometimes that maybe this show is also casting light on what Luke was talking about in episode 8, about how the Jedi are just this, their ideals might not have been to the best interest, and they kind of curve things around, and they keep dropping these little hints like, oh, we don't steal children. We take them and
Give them opportunity.
we give them a job opportunity. No, you're not. You're literally stealing children. And also like how, these witches that are, and this isn't spoiling anything, but these witches that are in the universe now are Force users, and that the Jedi are like, well, nobody else can use the Force except for us.
Yeah, that's fucked.
And so it's kind of maybe the Jedi are greatest. I mean, in any big thing, and you talk about
that's what's making a lot of these dudes so mad is that they're perfect. Me too. Is that their perfect Jedi are being represented as imperfect, and they're like, "Oh, this is supposed to represent straight white men and how they can't be heroic anymore." They're
wrong.
I know, and I love that they're doing this with the Jedi, especially because this is kind of the beginning of the end for them. And I know you said you didn't watch it, but I
didn't watch the latest episode. Up until
So this episode was a rehashing of
it's another flash.
The other episode with young Mayanosha.
Oh yeah.
But this one is from a different point of view.
Love it.
And this one is supposed to be what actually happened, where the other one we're getting kind of an unreliable narrator thing going on. And that's what a lot of complaints were about. I was like, oh, we're just watching the same episode again. But like, it's a lot of different scenes, a lot of different points of view.
Yeah.
Really interesting differences.
I
dig it. Not a spoiler, but like, they're just like some things that happened the first time around that happened a little differently this time. Like, presenting the option of going to the Jedi
Mhm.
with May or Osha, or asking her permission to take her blood before doing it instead of just taking it and saying, "Oh, this is what I was doing." It's so there's a lot of different scenes, but there's a
Yeah.
few
Bring it.
same scenes that
Yeah,
are
I'll-
slightly different that we started noticing. We're like, "Oh, holy
probably
shit!"
go home and watch it when I take a bath.
Plus, we finally got to watch fucking Pelnaka.
Yeah.
Seriously, I was very angry that he
Shape.
Oh no,
died. I'm like,
Oh no, he's
wait, what?
no. You get Pelnaka this episode.
Yes.
Boy brings it to the yard.
Yes.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Although, yeah, there's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
You will find out.
And then our
We'll
next
do it.
podcast will be a full series breakdown of the act.
Right,
Yeah.
because is it only 8 episodes?
Yeah, so next week is the last
The
episode. I know. I want to
finale.
keep going.
Can we at
I
least
wish
do
it was 10.
Yeah, do 10,
Give me
motherfuckers.
10.
Give me fucking 16.
Yeah, they ain't got enough money
Give
for that shit.
me,
Give a shit.
give me 23.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
give me 23, but
23
that's
hours
never-
of a show.
yeah, bring it.
That's what it used to be.
I know.
God damn it.
That's true. It did. Yeah, it's good.
Now everything is for streaming, and it all has to be super
Right.
fucking stupid in 10 episodes, baby.
So that's
British model, whatever.
that's what I've been watching. Haven't seen any movies recently because I haven't had time.
We just saw The Quiet Place.
Quiet Place Day 1 or
Eddie
what?
Yeah.
Munson?
I liked it better than the second one.
I haven't seen any of the movies.
I haven't seen any of them either.
What?
I've seen bits and pieces of them.
Yeah,
What?
I've seen clips.
They're so good. And so this one has the new Human Torch in it.
Yeah.
And Lupita Nyong'o.
Joseph
Yeah.
Quinn,
Yeah.
Eddie
and-
Munson from season 4 of Stranger Things.
Yep. And so he was fantastic in it.
Yeah,
He got to use his real accent. That was nice.
Nice.
yeah, because he's British.
He very much is.
Mm.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was very impressed
I've
with
heard it's good.
And here's what I like about these movies, especially seeing them in the theaters. The theater we went to, first of all, this is the first full theater I have seen since before COVID.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm sure I'll see it again when we go see Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the theater was full,
Wow.
and there were a large group of teenage boys that were very rambunctious.
Ugh.
Yep,
Youths.
Utes.
they looked like little privileged little sport boys.
Yeah.
They were quite loud and obnoxious. And then once the movie started, nobody in that theater said a goddamn word.
I love it.
Great.
Because these movies,
Perfect.
Yeah, because they're
they're about
silent, or they
yes,
not making noise.
yes. And so there are many parts that have like musical scores, so like
Yeah.
it's not completely silent, but like you still don't like people are even like trying to get into their candy and be as quiet as possible. So you just hear this like half muffled crinkling, and people are, shut up, God damn it. Because like it gives you that same
Yeah.
anxiety about making noise because so much of the movie is so quiet where every little sound is so big.
Yeah.
And so even these, I was worried about it and nobody said a fucking word. Nobody made any noise throughout the entire movie. And that's been my experience through all three movies is these movies make people shut the fuck up and pay attention to the movie. And I love them for that.
Nice.
Yeah. Good.
Very, very good.
Love that.
That's good.
And Jimon Hwansu was in it.
Nice.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
I just rewatched the first.
And a cat.
Nice.
Of the most well-behaved cat I've ever seen in my life. He was a main character in this movie.
I
This
love
cat
it. I just watched.
How do you keep a cat?
was- They did. This cat was incredible because it was a service cat.
My cats are
Because
pretty quiet.
she has
Unless-
cancer,
Oh.
and so he's a very well-trained service cat.
What a
and,
good kitty.
and
The bestest kitty.
he's a little kitty cat, kind of a piece of shit sometimes because he's a cat.
He's a kid. I mean, that can't be stopped. But yeah, I just watched rewatched the first Gladiator, and like I forgot at least half of that movie.
All things.
Literally the first half of the movie, I don't think I've seen ever. I've only seen from where he becomes
The Gladiator.
to the end of the movie.
Maximus. I watched that movie for the first time during the first big hurricane to come through Orlando in like 40 years.
Nice.
I saw it in the theater, which is very funny because on House of Dragon, I've also been watching like the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
It's very cool because I'm a nerd on like the movie making and how they do it. There's two interesting things I got out of it. One was
A lot of that fire was real.
yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
A lot of it was, yes. And the lighting guy was talking, and he's like, "Yeah, we only have to recreate 3 forms of light. It's either moonlight, sunlight, or fire, and that's how we light it." I'm like, "That's fucking brilliant."
Yeah.
Because being on a movie set, there's 20 million fucking
Right.
lights and blah blah blah, and yeah. Anyways, and of course they're using the void a lot, which a lot of movies are doing now, but it looks great. And they use it for the first time ever as not as a filming thing, but as a lighting element because they needed to for a bunch of the flying, fighting, fiery scenes. So it was very cool. Anyways, but they also I was watching the one episode. I'm like, that forest looks very, very familiar. And it was the same forest they filmed the beginning of Gladiator at, and they very much talk about it. And they're like,
Hilarious.
that's right where they filmed Gladiator. So Ridley
That's
Scott.
where the first Dumbledore died. That's
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Which is also
Richard Harris.
supposed to represent the bushwhack where in Band of Brothers they're sitting,
Dumbledore.
where they're sitting in Band of Brothers, which he talks about. The lieutenant talks about. He's like, this is where the Huns were coming down to burn the shit out of Rome.
Nice.
Which is in France, by the way.
France.
Obviously, good quick interruption. Obviously, we have no way to tell for sure, and J.K. Rowling's a huge turf. But Richard Harris would have asked Harry if he put his name in the Goblet of Fire calmly.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's how he did everything.
Yeah, he. Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
I
Alas,
I will. I will. I don't know. It's been a while, but I liked Gambindor in the 6th and 7th.
I was never sold on him. I hated his stupid hat.
Hat.
I hated how angry he was.
Angry.
I don't mind. I liked him. I
In your hype man there for a second.
was.
Thank you.
Well, now I feel ganged up on.
Hat.
I don't give a shit about his hat.
I hated his stupid hat.
It was a
I
stupid
liked him. I kind of wish we'd gotten more of Richard Harris in that series, but shit happens.
Yeah.
I like that Richard Harris took the role of Dumbledore because his granddaughter told him to. She
Yep.
said, "I will never speak to you again if you don't."
Well, there you go.
So he's like, "Well, guess I got to do it."
I also wish that they hadn't made young Dumbledore a thirst trap, and he should have been played by
Jared Harris. Fucking Jared Harris is so fucking talented.
God, the foundation's good.
Yeah.
Fucking Chernobyl, man.
Should we segue from Gladiator into
I was
trailers?
about to, yeah. Megan, how do you feel about Gladiator 2?
Hey. I am going. I will need to bring a change of pants to the theater. I am
Gross.
It's disgusting.
for multiple reasons. It looks epic. It looks like the rhino fight and
That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Rhinos are actually almost like near blind, but they have really, really good hearing. So that whole clapping, like the dust thing he does, there's nothing. There's nothing to
Who
it.
was he, LeBron James?
If anything, that would have made him easier to hit because he clapped.
Well, he
Fine,
hits
whatever.
him anyway.
He
Did you
dodged out of the way.
No, he gets
Oh,
hit.
he gets hit.
It looked like he dodged out of the way.
Oh, he gets hit.
Gets hit and
Well, then good.
falls
Fuck him. That's
out of the
still
way.
stupid.
Maybe it was for who says it was for the rhino? Maybe it was for the guy on top of the rhino.
Maybe you're the guy on top of the rhino.
He wants to be on top.
don't
She
wanna
wants
be
to be
on
on
top
top.
of the
Rhino is
rhino.
Pedro Pascal's penis.
I would love to be on top of the rhino. But the flooding of the stadium and the ship battle, I can't wait to see it.
Why are they making it? And why is it? And
Yes.
Why are they making it?
Why?
Why? We don't need to. And the character that we found from the trailer is the kid from the first
Yeah.
one, and I'm like, how is he a gladiator? His
That's
mom was.
that's what we will find out, Nick.
His mom is still in it and looks like she still has powerful influence. So why is he a gladiator? He doesn't need to be.
He doesn't know that's him in the.
That is the correct face, Nick. What you can't see is him making the world's
making
most
the- he's
incredulous
making-
face that's ever existed.
I'm excited. I don't give a shit. I know Joseph Quinn's
I'm not.
Emperor has some makeup issues and is probably
That was the only part I liked. I like that he looks weird in makeup.
he looks all
You-
fucking
And then
working out.
He looks like MODOK from fucking Ant-Man Quantumania.
And I felt, and then I saw.
Face is all weird.
What's his name?
Denzel Washington.
Thank you. This joke would have been better if I would have been. I want to try that again. And then I saw Denzel Washington, and I was like, "What is this fucking Training Day in Gladiators mode?"
That
Like,
is exactly
Bring it
what
on.
it is.
Bring it on.
He's
Love it.
He's not even. It's fine. He's acting very modern, which is fine if that is the vibe they're going for. If this wasn't Gladiator,
right? I just want to be like,
he was just making a new like Gladiator movie that wasn't connected to this in any way, and they wanted to like modernize it, like the Titus.
yeah.
I would be living for it. Absolutely, fuck me up with that.
Yeah.
But it's super out of place.
I just want Denzel Washington to be like, Spartacus ain't got nothing on me.
And it's like he can. So this is like a directorial thing.
Yeah, because Spartacus was a gladiator.
Yeah, I get it.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Sporadicus.
Spartacus. I'm Spartacus.
Sporticus.
I'm in it. I will be there.
So
It's the day after my mom comes out the day after my mom's birthday.
there's another movie that they're starting to make. That's a part 2 with Josh Gad, Kevin Go.
Are we talking about the Chris Farley thing, or
The project that's coming out that's with him. He's in the part 2 of
Oh, fuck, what is it? We suck.
classic. Promise we've not been drinking during this
I
episode.
have not. I haven't had any.
What is it? It was the sequel that again doesn't need to be made, but they're making it, and they're making it with Josh Gad and
It-
Kevin was.
Fuck it. I'm Googling.
Where's my?
Making it with Kevin's rival. Josh Gad projects.
oh yeah, Spaceballs too.
Spaceballs 2.
Baseballs
Yeah.
too.
God damn it, we're horrible.
Wally. He was Wally. Yeah, I hate it. And he makes me so fucking angry that he keeps getting to do all this cool shit that's part of my youth instead of me.
Why does he have? Well, first of all, why do they have to make a Spaceballs 2? They don't.
They don't
Search
need to
for
make
more
a
money.
Spaceballs too. I mean,
That's what they should title it.
in his defense, Mel Brooks did say he was interested in doing Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money when episode 7 came out.
Right. And I think at the end of Spaceballs, doesn't it say at the end of like that we'll be back and
No, he just the only thing that happened was Yogurt said when they were talking to him that you'll find out more in the sequel, Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money.
Well, and they got to do it before Mel Brooks dies, and they can't use
In,
yogurt
like
anymore.
Like a week and a half. Rip Shelley Duvall, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
whatever.
Popeye was terrible. We sure were good in Shining in that weird fairy tale show.
Yeah.
One other thing.
what were the other trailers that came out? We get a little bit more,
A bunch.
a little more Wolverine. That's
Yeah.
So much more Wolverine and Deadpool. It's like
they're everywhere.
Stop teasing and just release it.
And the thing is that with this sort of thing, because it's Ryan Reynolds, because it's Disney Marvel,
They're
you
gonna-
can't trust fucking any of it.
No.
No.
All a lie.
Absolutely not.
I'm pretty sure Juggernaut's going to be in it, and not the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool 2 Juggernaut, but the Vinnie Jones Juggernaut.
Oh, perfect.
Wasn't that? Oh no, it wasn't. It was someone else. I'm down for Vinnie Jones Juggernaut. He was fucking.
I'm okay with that. I'm not. I mean, they're bringing back all the fucking first class characters and Toad and all them. Why not fucking bring back Vinnie Jones? Let's do it. I'm all for it.
Let's fucking mash these universes together like a
Well, he's in the TVA. He can go
Okay.
anywhere.
like a disgusting makeout.
They're not
scene.
necessarily mashing them together. He's just traveling between
Them
universes.
together. Just
Can't remember. We talked about Megalopolis yet?
Oh no, but holy shit, that trailer looks good.
It does. It looks fucking weird as
real
shit, and
good.
I'm very excited for it. Also,
I'm stoked.
new Watchmen double animated movie. The
What?
trailer just came out for that. It's going to be closer to the comic book.
Sweet.
So it's going to be like a 2-part movie
Reread that.
following the comic book a little more closely, and I'm very excited for that.
Sweet.
Especially because I'm putting together a comedian costume right now.
Of course you are.
Timely.
Good timing for that, I think.
So there's that. What else too?
I know it's not trailery, but Twisters comes out
Ugh.
next week. You want to talk about sequels that don't
sequels
need to be
that
made?
didn't need to be made.
Twisters.
I think we're supposed to get a trailer for Time Bandits here soon, but
Thank goodness.
every one I've tried to watch so far has been fake. So
I'm conflicted about this because I loved the original Time Bandits. It was one of my all-time favorite movies. I broke the fucking VHS on that copy at my house because I loved it so much. And it's weird
Awesome.
and it's crazy and it's spooky ookie dookie.
spooky ookie dookie.
And so and it's just like if you watch it, you kind of what, but then you have to remember it was a British made film, and so they're a little weird. But so I'm not. I don't know what to expect from this one. Like, I want to see it. I probably will definitely see it, but like I'm not sure if I'm going to be like, am I going to like it? Am I going to hate it? Am I going to be like, ugh, what is this shit? I liked a bunch of really weird movies when I was a kid. Ice Pirates, fucking Baron von Munchausen, The Adventures of Baron von Munchausen, which has Robin Williams in it. He's absolutely brilliant. And Shelley Long is his wife. He's the god of the moon, and she's the goddess of the moon.
Cool.
And his head constantly flies off and has affairs with other women. It's
Like
hilarious.
Zeus?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's Baron von Munchausen. It's great. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's Ookie Dookie Kooky as well.
Ookie dookie kookie.
Right. These are movies. These are the movies I loved as a kid. And Robot Jocks. That was a good one. Or not Robot Jocks. Robot something. I don't know.
Robot.
Earth Girls are easy. Final answer.
No.
Robot Sex Maniacs 2. I don't think that's an actual
no.
movie, but
They're all 80s movies. They're B-rated. Fucking,
I haven't watched the trailer for Agatha yet.
I
I
haven't.
haven't either.
Okay, good. Then we can talk about it next time. Because I was out and Sarah was like, "I'm gonna wait for you for that one." But have you guys seen the trailer for Fly Me to the Moon?
Fly me to.
No, but I saw like some reviews.
Yeah, well,
I have.
it's not out yet, but
yeah.
people are in their feelings
like,
about it, and with good
preview.
reason. It's Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson
Yeah.
in a romantic comedy.
It's a romantic comedy. I think it's time travel romantic comedy.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It is about the moon landing and
Yeah.
filming of faking it.
Oh yeah.
Sparks fly between a marketing executive and a NASA official as he makes preparations for the Apollo 11 moon landing.
Quote unquote moon landing.
That's according to IMDb for Fly Me to the
Maybe
Moon.
it did just come out. I don't know. Who am I trying?
I don't know. I feel like I saw it on a thing.
I feel there's another trailer that we missed or should be talking about, but I don't remember what the fuck it was.
It wasn't Agatha all along.
No. Yes?
Oh yeah, it comes out tomorrow, so it came out today.
Nice.
But yeah, it's about the filming of the faking of the moon
Yeah.
landing, and so people are kind of all up in their feelings about that. But like, that's not even what it's about. It's about like what is America and marketing, and machismo and that kind of
Oof.
thing. So yeah,
America.
apparently it has a pretty good story to tell. It just happens to do it through, showboating a conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
But apparently everything about the movie is good except for the lack of chemistry between Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum,
Are you surprised by that?
particularly.
No,
Okay.
I feel like I don't really know if I've seen ScarJo have real chemistry with anyone.
Well, she did with Chris Evans.
I was gonna say anyone.
They
but Chris Evans.
They did have good chemistry.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because he was like so weirdly awkward around women. And,
Well, and they dated back in the aughts.
oh, that could be it.
Like in the early aughts, they dated, and I think they've stayed friends. And
Yeah.
Can't think of whatever this other trailer is supposed to be.
No, I can't. I thought I snapped a picture of something, but I must have deleted it. Anyways, nerd grabs? Unless there's something else.
I pre-ordered the goddamn helmet.
Which helmet?
The
Dark helmet.
the Chimera one.
Oh,
The Stranger.
the freaking Venom looking.
Yeah, the Darth Smiley helmet.
Darth Smiley.
Oh,
I pre-ordered the goddamn helmet.
It looks so good.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it.
It's a cool fucking helmet.
Well, and because I want to actually put together a costume with it, and I want to do kind of a the bad place of the Force, and so I want to get like the black and gold Bortles jersey,
yeah.
and I want to have the lightsaber, but then I also want to have like a fake Molotov cocktail of like, but it's like a blue milk jug, and yeah, I got like a whole Jason from the
Yes.
from the Good Place,
I love
fucking
everything
fucking-
about that.
Carlos
Chimera.
Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo,
His helmet?
No,
the Stranger from the Acolyte.
Chimera.
Oh,
His Darth Smiley. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
Sorry, yeah.
So here's the thing.
Oh.
Yes, I also pre-ordered that other one, but I'm talking about this one.
Giancarlo Esposito is joining the MCU
He sure is. He's gonna.
as someone.
He's
forget.
been mum's the word about it.
Professor X.
I wish.
I hope not.
I do too.
I have.
I think there are better characters he could play.
There definitely are, and anyone who's saying Doctor Doom, I also don't want that. Doctor Doom needs to be young.
I was gonna say they haven't
Kind of
released a Doctor Doom.
They
yet,
have not yet. He has
Or they
not
haven't
been
cast one, I guess.
Well, I mean, maybe not even young, but he has to be the kind of person who's like, he has that.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
He's got to have the
Not that Juan
Not-
Carlos Esposito doesn't have it. It's just he's
not like
an older gentleman and he needs to be younger.
I feel like there's a certain amount of youthful arrogance that goes with Doctor Doom, but I could be
The
wrong.
Transformers 1,
No,
which I have to admit,
no,
I'm kind of looking forward to. I think it looks really fun.
no. I saw that. I did see the trailer for that.
But like he's in his like mid 60s.
Yeah.
It's a little too like I think like mid 50s is like the max you can go. But I would like somebody in like their early 40s, maybe 40, maybe somebody who's not exactly from Europe, but maybe like more of a like Minnesotan
Right.
range who is really willing to like put in time with like a personal trainer.
And who has kind of graying
Yeah,
hair and
like who looks older than he is, but still has like that young face,
Youthful
but with like the
insouciance.
knowledgeable professor sort of gray to his temples. Someone like that. Or John Hamm, I guess, but preferably me. Fuck you, Josh Gad.
Jazz Gad.
So
I hate him so much. Anyway.
flames on the sides of your face. So Joseph Quinn and Pedro Pascal are going to be in not only Fantastic Four together, they're in Gladiator 2 together.
Oh,
And why
Yeah,
does
the crazy emperor, that's Joseph Quinn.
really?
And why does
I didn't even. Jesus Christ!
can
That
they,
guy's got
can
range.
they give a different look to Pedro Pascal? I mean,
No.
Oh,
Okay.
Shut your face. I love you, I respect you, but
I just
yes, I wish they would too.
okay.
what do you mean like different?
Like
look?
you did Gladiator. It's just fucking. They just took Pedro Pascal and said, "Here's a Gladiator outfit."
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
they
hair.
they took his vibe from Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
but then gave him The Last of Us.
And-
Shush.
Yeah.
And bulked him up.
And the last time they changed up his look, it was kind of unfortunate. So I think they're going with what works, and that was Wonder Woman 1984.
I actually picked
That
up on
piece
that.
of
I
shit.
did.
But first of all, he was incredible. He was fine in it. He was
Yeah,
great.
he was probably one of the best
Him
parts
chewing
of that movie.
scenery was why you see that movie.
Yeah.
Just like Matt Smith in Morbius.
Yeah.
A bad comic book movie is
Yeah.
always made better by the villain being just too smarmy,
being
which is
too-
why Madam Web was awful because the villain sucked.
God,
He
it
was
sucked so bad.
useless.
Worst villain ever. So what else did you order, Kevin? What else did you buy? Anything fun?
No, I think that's the only thing I've pre-ordered. I've just been working on like costume stuff for Fest coming up and the vetting and that kind of thing.
Me too.
Should probably
And
get
Zivity.
my Fest stuff out of the
Yeah, me too.
Oh shit! Fuck! Well, you're right. I got my Catskills boots in the mail.
Why have we not seen photos of these?
I haven't posted it yet, but I do have a picture of it.
Homies, if
They are.
Every time I walk in your house, there's fucking boxes everywhere.
Those are all for Sabra.
I know.
It's fucking don't give me.
How do you not? I admire her delayed gratification because I have to open everything the second it
I
comes.
don't
to my
understand
house.
it either. I really don't. And it's like every day she gets a package, like every day, and
even.
I'm like, "What is this?" And she'll go,
I don't
"I
know.
don't know."
Open it and find out.
Man.
I would literally like. I
Well,
want to open all the boxes at your house. Call me. I will come open all
I got a
of them.
box cutter where you just open those bitches right up.
Dude, I do it with my keys.
That sounded horrible.
I'll open the bitch right up.
Slice that bitch right up.
I gotta get to SR Harris for some of this fucking green.
Yeah.
fabric.
Speaking of that,
Jesus fuck.
I found my Jedi tabard fabric. It took me an hour and a half to find it. Wandering around SR Harris.
SR Harris is.
And it
like,
took me 5 ever. So
love
I got that, and Megan's agreed to make it. I will get you. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I love it.
Let me
I
see.
love them.
Yeah.
Those are gonna.
So
look
they're
so
two tone.
good.
They're sand and tobacco. I thought the sand was going to be a little later in color, a little more,
I thought my blue was gonna be
little more
tealy.
creamy, but that's okay. I still love them.
get
So
dirty.
they're
They're
very
gonna
very
get
light,
dirty.
like almost like skin color
Yeah,
beige, and
they're
then
very
Yeah.
tan,
and then a
and
very
a
very
nice.
milk chocolatey
Yeah.
brown.
Nice to get away from the black.
Yeah, and so and that's what I like about them because I think they're going to go really well with my new.
And you won't see the dirt as much.
Yeah, I think
showed
they're
you
going to go
guys
really well with
my-
my new
Yeah, you did.
doublet.
Yeah.
Which have I shown you guys my new doublet?
No.
Redonk.
I was.
Messing on.
Yeah. I gotta break those in a little more.
I was gonna say I
Yeah.
will get you the pattern for this and the edging because it needs black edging.
It's not fully done because she's adding more sleevey stuff, but it's very much.
God damn! It's
Yeah.
Fuck
it's-
you.
It's a little. It's a
I
little.
love it.
It's a little more fun. It's a little more zany.
it's very zany.
Which is what my new character is.
Fucking love you.
He's goofy and he's a man of dubious science. And basically, I'm going to look like my outfit is going to look a lot like Micah's, but
Oh,
because
okay.
Micah just has like the red shirt and the
Yeah.
khaki shorts and the
Yeah.
pants and the straw hat. I'm going to have a red vest that is also an explosion of color. I'm going to have sort of
that's very-
an olive green or like camel colored
Yeah.
leggings.
Nice.
And then I have a straw hat that's fucking enormous.
yeah.
I'm calling myself his Pokemon evolution.
Nice. Speaking of doublets and whatnot, I got a couple new vests. See my vest?
Mm-hmm.
But I was trying to. I mean, mine is fine for fest, but I wanted to maybe
Fest
do an
vest?
upgrade, and I got a nice gray one that's got 1,000,000 buttons
Catty.
on it with a cross that's
Off-center.
off-centered buttons. It's got 9 million buttons on it. And then I found this other one from the same company. It's actually their D&D collection. It's their Ranger vest, which I like. I like the color. I think
Ranger.
But it's crop toppy.
it is
length.
very crop toppy length.
I could
I'll
add-
try it on. And
if you want me to, I could. If
Yeah,
there's extra of that, I could add it to that because it's
Or could we
green
just
and
do-
green.
could just do black. Yeah, but
Or
it
could
has to
just
go with my kilt, and that green does not go with my kilt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So if it was black, it'd probably be fine.
Yeah, it'd be fine. Or gray.
What else did we did a little film, Kevin. Last time we were pre-film, now we're post-film.
We are post film.
It was an experience.
It sure was. And while it had a lot of setbacks and a lot of frustrations, it also had a lot of very enjoyable moments.
Oh, yes.
Especially when it involved Nick, Talon, Lee, and myself just hanging out, just guys being dudes. Like when we went mini golfing
It
and
was so much fun.
standing around in gear getting eaten alive by mosquitoes.
Yeah, and just dying of heat.
I still had a good time. Despite
did.
the frustrations and one of the PAs, it was overall it was a positive experience just because of you guys.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. And the hanging out afterwards.
Yeah, and
We had people over every night.
that girl that was hilarious to listen to because
That sweet summer child.
uh,
I'm a method actor. I stir soup.
What?
it's
Can't-
it's
All right.
Shit about the brainwaves of a rock.
Oh, okay.
but very politically minded.
Interesting.
When it came to politics, she was her finger was on the pulse.
Interesting. Okay.
Very savant about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, just and then trying to teach little. Can't imagine. Yeah, it was an experience. Not one that I wish to repeat, but the off stuff was fun and being around and being up there with you and Lee and Talon and meeting new people and like Trisha and Ben and
Jenny, who's
Jenny.
awesome, super awesome. Shout out to Jenny, you fucking rock girl.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun and yeah, it was good times. I don't wish to repeat it though. So yeah. What else? Anything? Megan, do you have any nerd grabs?
I got some AirPod Pros.
Really?
Yeah, my first pair of non-wired headphone, or
What
I
is
had
this?
like the Bluetooth headphones
Yeah, I
with the
get you.
wire. I've always preferred over ear because my ears are kind of small.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Or-
AirPods do have those now. They're
Yeah, and
wildly expensive.
I have, yeah, they have the over ear that's like $600. I'm like, yeah, fuck that. So I went with the $250 version. But they have
Timu, have you heard of it?
crazy good noise canceling,
Okay, there.
and they have pass through. So if
Nice,
I start talking, my music will dim, or if I keep talking, it'll shut off.
They're pretty dope.
I dig them, and a couple days ago, Aaron ordered a Steam Deck, which, if you'll remember, Ian was talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I've played with a Steam Deck. It's
Yeah.
really fun.
So we're getting that because after on Sunday, this last Sunday, Aaron was kind of coming out of a bit of a depressy, and he's like, and we had gone to a brewery and gotten out of the house, and he was feeling better, and he's like, well, now I don't know what to do, and I'm like, do you want me to just log into my Steam on your computer and you can download and play Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh yeah, okay. So I did that, and then I'm like, if we got a Steam Deck, we could play together. And he's kind of been looking for more stuff for us to do together.
Sure.
So, so that's why he bought the Steam Deck. So that should be arriving soon, and I will probably be back with some Baldur's Gate thoughts.
Hell yeah.
And I'll be able to play the actual version of Coral Island instead of the shitty Xbox Live whatever version I've been playing online.
Kevin, when does the new Star Wars game come out?
August, I want to say 27th.
Is that that's the
Outlaws?
Outlaws, yeah.
The one that's basically new Shadows of the Empire.
I'm still on the wire about
August 30th. I was very close.
Not very.
Who knows? Maybe I'll become a gamer.
I love that.
It's probably not going to happen.
Just let it happen.
Let it happen.
I will play
Let it-
games.
let
I
it
don't
happen.
think I'll become a gamer.
Let it inside you.
Is it Pedro Pascal or Paul Mescal? Mescal?
Yes.
With mods, yes.
Probably could get it. Probably
There are Pedro Pascal mods
Oh,
for Jedi
God.
Survivor.
Really? Interesting.
Gotta be.
Oh, there are.
Also, The Sims.
Still on the
I've
fence
also
about
been-
buying Cyberpunk 2029 or whatever.
2077.
27. Aaron.
Starfield has a bunch of like official Star Wars mods.
Yeah.
Like even if you have the console version, you can now download the Star Wars mods. They haven't been working very well yet, but we'll get there.
Sims 4. I've been playing a lot of Sims 4, and they finally came out with a deeper romance package.
Yeah, I
add-on,
saw that expansion.
Which is
was
funny because
coming out.
I downloaded a mod for that.
So you could
a
have
year and a
sex
half
with all
ago.
your neighbors or what?
I mean, you could
much.
do that anyway, but
Yeah,
like,
but
is it uncensored finally? Like, can I
No.
watch-
I mean, I
Why
don't.
the fuck are we
No,
here?
it's not uncensored.
It's not. What does this look like? Leisure Suit Larry?
Leisure Suit Larry.
There we go.
Oh man,
Got there eventually.
I was obsessed with those pixelated titties when I was a kid.
Right?
All you had to do was answer like the topical questions of the day
Yeah.
questions correctly, and
And
the
then
more
you
you
got
got right,
just-
the more uncensored it was. And so in Leisure Suit Larry 3,
fucking
like
funny.
there's this girl walking across like in her little bay window because you're watching through binoculars, and she rolls down her shades, like her blinds.
Mm-hmm.
And the more questions you get right, the
Higher the blinds.
higher the
go.
blinds go, like to where she like just goes. And then she takes off her little top, and there's her little pixelated nipples. I was like, "Yes, I'm 9. This is the best day of my life."
Yeah, that's
So
very accurate.
That was a story of Kevin's youth.
Mine as well. It was weird. I was playing with another dude.
Oh yeah,
It
my
was on
brother.
his computer. I was playing with my buddy at his
For me, it was
house.
my brother and I
Um,
trying to figure out who the fuck like Gorbachev was.
yeah, right.
Because those like it was a lot of like political questions and shit like that.
And they didn't have the internet like they do now, so you had actually kind of had to know
You couldn't
it.
sit there on your phone and Google the answers.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we couldn't ask our dad because he would have known why. It was
Yeah.
his game.
Yeah. Also, just I don't know. That's kind of all I have for nerd grabs.
Okay. And coming up, I was
Classic interruption.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I
Interrupt to say I had nothing.
like I mentioned before, film in Minnesota.
Rob, if you
I was on. I will be on an upcoming episode for their Patreon. So we were discussing all sorts of nerdy things, and I got very much into much fell into my nerdy Star Wars lore because Alan didn't understand something, and so I had to explain some stuff.
Oh,
So-
I guess I can. It's a little bit of a teaser. Ian and I have started a podcast.
Oh, you're double dipping on us, huh?
Yeah.
I see how you is.
Well, I figured we could cross promote and like work together on stuff, but okay.
I don't like Ian very much.
Yeah, clearly not.
He's the worst.
He's just the awfulest.
Fix it in post, Ian.
Hey Megan, what was the most recent episode you recorded?
Actually, Wolf of Wall Street was the most
Oh, did
recent.
you?
But we did that
Already? Wow.
We did that last night, which
Wi-
is why I
I
was
wish I
so
could've
fucking late.
been with
because
you for that one,
holy
'cause-
shit, that movie is so fucking long.
But like
It's really
that
good.
movie gave us Margot Robbie.
It did.
Boy,
it
did it
Yeah.
give us
It
Margot
gave us
Robbie.
a lot
Yeah.
of Margot Robbie. There were
Yeah,
But it also gave us Jonah
in my
Hill's
bunk.
wiener.
yeah.
I think it was a fake wiener.
It was definitely a fake
was
wiener.
so
There's no way Jonah Hill's showing his
No.
wiener. What is he,
And,
Shia LaBeouf?
What
the
was he fucking?
the mom from How I
Pete
Met Your
Davidson?
Mother
Yeah.
was his
Mhm.
first wife.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but before that,
Mhm.
we recorded kind of a big, super ultra episode of. So, the premise is, so Ian went to film school, graduated film school, but
Sure
yet
did.
he has not seen a lot of newer or classics or films that you would assume
Most people have
most
seen.
people have seen. So he has actually compiled a list finally,
Nice.
and we are going through the list. I think our next.
Are you like
movie-
talking about it as you watch the
so
movie?
so we talk. We have our little intro section where we talk about the movie and when it was made and kind of the basic facts, and then Ian kind of gives a thoughts on the movie. Then we cut. We watch the movie together, and then at the end we come back and kind of talk about our thoughts, and we give the movie a rating, and it goes up on Letterboxd.
Nice.
But we are in the very early stages of production. We're hoping to get a couple episodes in the can before we release, and we need like graphics package and shit too. So we can have like a actual website and stuff.
I know somebody,
Yeah.
or I should say, Kevin knows somebody.
One or two people.
So we're hoping to premiere mid-August.
Good for you.
And Ian was talking about coming on when we premiere and having you guys on as guests at some point. And if you have particular movies that you would like to come on for, let us know, because we would love to have guests. And all of that to say, last weekend, Kevin and Sabra graciously opened their home to us because neither Ian nor I had seen the Twilight films. So we had about 6 people mic'd up while we were watching that movie. That one I think will have to be a special episode or like a Patreon episode, mostly because there's a lot of people talking. And some of that can be confusing to follow. So it would take a lot of editing is my
It really was
quite-
because it was
but it
Ian
was-
and Megan, of course. It was Ian's roommate Allie.
Yeah.
It was my friend Megan. My
I
friend
am.
Megan was there.
Right here,
My
yeah.
friend Erica.
Erica
and Saber and I.
you. So yeah. So there was a lot of crosstalk and side conversations, which is fine. I'm sure they were all hilarious and fun. But we had a really good time. I fucking loved it, except I fucking hated it.
Hated it.
And that is the correct way to feel about Twilight.
just-
Congratulations, you're now a Twihard. I'll invite you to the Facebook.
I did find a video today that I couldn't find you on my Instagram.
I don't really have one. I just have the
okay.
Winner Is You one.
Because
I don't really have Instagram except for best. What? Yeah, my best
Well,
best threesome ever is on.
that my assumption was
Nice.
correct. Because I couldn't find you, but I wanted to share the could this Twilight character find the G spot parts 1, 2, and 3. I love she does various.
Edward, no. Jacob, with enough time. Emmett, the G spot finds him. Final answer.
I don't think
Fair enough.
she had Emmett on there. She goes
Because she knew.
because she knew. You know.
And Ian and I have talked about redoing a second season of Spoilers,
Yes,
sort of.
he does want to do that.
I know he
and
does. We'll probably do it
fun.
hopefully by the end of this year.
Yeah.
We just have a lot of projects
Yeah.
coming up that we need to film and do other things, but hopefully by the end of this year we'll get another season going.
So yeah, that's coming down the pipeline. I'll probably talk more about it. I don't want to say what we've other than
That's fine.
what we've done so far. I think our next one is going to be more of in the chick flick persuasion though. So we've done a couple dude movies.
Right.
So anyway,
Alrighty.
keep an ear out for that. I'm excited.
Fantastic.
I think it'll.
Wall Street isn't a chick flick?
No, it's really not.
Gross Point Blank.
Point
Put it on the
break.
Gross Point Blank.
Point break.
Gross Point Blank.
Put it on. Send it in a text
Point break.
or a message to
The
me,
first one, not the crappy remake.
'cause I guarantee. Ian
Fuck that
hasn't
remake.
Seen it, and I've only seen it once.
What's it good? Ink Girl. Lori Petty.
Anyway,
All right. Well, we'll look forward to that, and we'll promote it when it comes across and put it on the Best Threesome
Yeah.
Ever pages. And this has been Best Threesome Ever, episode 177, brought to you by Jaybird Wines. I'm Nick,
I'm Megan.
I'm Kevin.
and we will see you next time.
We see you first.
See ya.
The views held here by the nerds of Best Threesome Ever do not directly reflect the views of nerds everywhere.